Hi guys, welcome to another video. Maybe this will be my first or maybe the second one. We do not know yet. Today we'll be discussing how, while we are manifesting our desires, our reality, our desired reality, it is always said that you just have to trick your brain into believing that your desire is already yours even before it happens. So, why is it that we are tricking our brain when our brain only wants that desire? So, our brain, our human brain, works on prediction error. So basically, our brain has never heard, seen, or felt anything. Our brain gets the signal via electrical impulse. We do not see, we do not feel anything directly. Our skin first feels the temperature, first feels the pressure, and according to that, it concludes whether it is hot, whether it is harsh, whether someone is holding your hand very tightly. It is not directly interpreted. It is interpreted via the information that is given um, to our brain with the help of electrical impulse. Okay? So hear me out. So if we say that our brain works on prediction basis, our brain see the light via photons. Light do not see anything like actually in its actual form. It interprets, and how is it interpreting? It has learned over the period of time throughout our childhood, etc., etc. So if it is already everything is done, then how and what can we do about it? It is very simple. Okay, so suppose you have any habit. What do you do about it? If you do not like, you maybe go about negative reinforcement. You break that pattern. How do you break that pattern? So imagine there's something A, and that's like very dominant, and it has been over there for like past maybe 10 to 15 years of your life, and that too especially the core building years of your life. So you cannot just expect to magically disappear. Okay, so what you do is you introduce new things which are unfamiliar to you, to your brain. Now you might not actually acknowledge it, or you might not be able to acknowledge it, that it is unfamiliar for you. It might be utopian for you. It might be too good to be true for you. Like, there are families, there are relations where maybe the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law are very kind to each other, are loving. There's like a big, fat, loving, happy family. You know it exists. But because you haven't seen it around you yourself, you might not be able to be deserving in your eyes to have that sort of family, that sort of relationship. So even though you know it exists, but maybe not in your reality, maybe not for you. Why? Because you haven't seen it in your reality over the past years. So suppose there is something very dominant or from over the past couple of years. So like, how do you go about it? So basically, whenever you are trying to introduce new, unfamiliar habits or patterns of your life, what do you actually do is there's no rocket science behind it. There's very basic psychology, and to some extent even physiology and biological aspect to it. We'll discuss the biological aspect of it maybe in some another video. Let me know if you want that. But for now, it is like your brain is always predicting what will happen next. You will watch this video, then what will happen next? You are watching this video, your brain might be predicting that, oh, maybe in few seconds, maybe in few minutes, ad will show up, or maybe somebody will call me and interrupt me. So your brain is constantly working, constantly predicting, and sometimes It predicts negative things based on your past experiences and patterns, and sometimes it doesn't. So you have to be delusional and optimistic as much as possible, beyond your possibility, I would say, because there's no harm in it. What's the harm? Like, if I'm telling you to affirm something about yourself, about your self concept, about your own self efficacy, even though it might not get your manifestation or just your desire, specific desire directly, or maybe in within few seconds, but eventually it will. Because what's the harm in saying good stuff about yourself? What's the harm in expecting good thing? There isn't. Also, why is it that our brain is always predicting? Because understand one thing, by whatever we have learned in our childhood, by predicting, by using that information, when our brain predicts, it saves its energy. When it is predicting what is familiar. It does not predict it. Your brain, see, your brain does not know good or bad. And like, how do you explain it? How do you justify it? By simply why? Because अगर उसको good or bad पता होता, so your brain would have been predicting or expecting or manifesting unconsciously, subconsciously, the good thing only. But your brain doesn't know what's good, what's bad. It only knows what's familiar, what's not familiar, what we have seen before, what we have not seen before, what raises or makes our BP go high, makes the heartbeat go faster. It only knows that. It doesn't know what's good or bad. Good or bad is defined by our conscious brain. We maybe my definition of something good is totally different from yours. So good and bad are completely man-made definitions, and you cannot limit your brain into that. Okay, um, we'll be winding up. So I'll be giving you one example. We have all felt, we have all gone through with this nightfall. It is all going on in our dreams. We might just slip, or you know, we might just fall off from bicycle or from motorcycle, but we actually wake up from and sleep. Why is it so? Because your brain actually doesn't know what's reality, what's imagination. It doesn't. And if something we have imagined, or when we are in a meditative state and we do it so intensely, so deeply, the same hormones releases, the same biological response is created by our body, because it doesn't know whether it is reality or it is imagination. These two words are not created, are not known by our brain. This is only known by us consciously. So if that could be true, if you can wake up from your sleep, then why can you not imagine the best version of yourself, the best thing happening to you, the specific person coming to you? It will release the same hormones, it will release the same, it will generate the same bodily response, because your brain actually doesn't know whether it is true or it is not. So whatever, if it feels fake, it feels fake because your conscious mind is too much into that practice. Your conscious brain is not getting relaxed, it is super hyper aware. Let your conscious brain relax, because whenever it is hyper aware, you will not be able to manifest, you will not be able to go into meditative state, you will not be able to imagine yourself, you will not be able to, it will, because it will obviously go back and circle back, and you will be stuck in a pattern, you will be stuck in a loop. So there's this thing, um, because of the pattern, the loop, as we were discussing. Uh, to break any pattern, to break any loop, the first thing is that yes, it will take a lot of effort if you think, if your brain thinks that it will. if something came easy to me in my childhood, I will never, in the coming years of my life, I will never feel that it is hard for me to achieve, because I have never felt that way before. Your brain needs to be relaxed. Your conscious mind is just like more of a guard. So it needs to relax for the new thoughts, for the new information, for the unfamiliar information or desires to seep into your subconscious as your reality.